Hello, I'm Annalouise and I'm here today to talk about difficult lockdown emotions. I don't know why, but the last week I feel like every day I've been travelling through a different emotion that's difficult in lockdown, whether it's anger or feeling trapped or overwhelm or confusion. And part of my process is rather than try and shy away from these feelings is to really fully allow myself to be in it and see where the journey of consciousness takes me. And throughout this week, I was sort of feeling, maybe I'm partly experiencing this in order to share something. And so that's why I'm here today, to welcome all the different emotions that we're experiencing, however hard they might be, and to help us see them as a path into greater consciousness, into a greater awareness, into greater self-choice, so that rather than being trapped in these emotions and feeling there's no way out and we're a victim of them, we can feel them and open ourselves up to a new reality. Not always possible, but a nice intention. So the emotion that I'm going to, or the feeling I'm going to touch in today is this sense of being trapped. So I'm wondering, have you felt a sense of being trapped at all over the last 9 months? And if so, where do you feel that in your body? And what's it triggering you? What other emotions does it trigger? How do you behave differently when you're in a state of trapped? How does your day feel different? How open do you feel? All information, all just to be curious about. I think it's very natural to feel trapped when we are more confined, or many of us are more confined than normal. And I think trapped is fascinating because I think its power comes from the fact a lot of it is laid down very early in our childhood. And so the feelings that we're feeling now here are only partly current time. And the feeling which makes it even stronger is the fact that it's linking back to our conditioning. So I want you to either remember yourself or picture a child, maybe 2 or 3 years old, who's really wanting to do something. Like maybe they're wanting to run across the street, maybe they're wanting to play in the garden, maybe they're just wanting to have some fun with friends. And their parents need to encourage them into doing something else for whatever reason, maybe for their safety, maybe for their own schedule, it doesn't matter. The intensity of the feeling for that toddler of being taken away from what it wants to do, he or she wants to do, is so strong. And I want you just to imagine you're seeing a toddler who's just having a tantrum because they're being confined physically and they so want something or to do something, and they're just really, really strong emotions. Really strong emotions. And of course, at that age, we are so, in many ways, so powerless because of our physical size. So our parents could physically pick us up and force us. Now that's not the case. When we're being asked to be in our house, hopefully people aren't picking us up and actually forcing us. into confinement. However, the idea of confinement can trigger some of those really strong feelings that we had when we were little. And our parents probably had the best intention, they were just trying to get through the day and get us fed, keep us safe, help us to go to bed. But we were discovering our personalities and our strength and doing exactly what we should be doing at that age. So, how do we navigate into a more functional place when we're feeling trapped? How do we navigate out of all that strong energy into more expansiveness, more openness, more possibility? My choice tends to always, first of all, just to feel what's here and to hold it in a really, really big space. So if there's like contraction around my chest area, just notice. And then opening up to the sense of freedom in current time and really noticing the areas where I'm not trapped, the places where I do still have loads of free choice. And really relishing that and letting it feed me. And what's inspiring is the fact that we're human and we can bring greater consciousness to these feelings. Like if we picture animals in a cage who are trapped, and they might be pacing around the cage. You see the pictures in the zoo, don't you, of lions pacing around, and you can feel their stress and anxiety. And they may not have the choice to take a more enlightened path. Whereas we've got great examples. I think of Nelson Mandela. He was able to choose a more enlightened path despite being way more trapped than most of us are in this moment on so many levels. But what an incredible blessing we're gifted with as humans to invite ourselves into that choice. That doesn't mean to say the feelings aren't still going to arise, but when they do, it can be a marker to go, wow, I can feel this, I can feel that it's not just about now, and what can I do to serve me in this moment? So I hope that's helpful. Be so curious to know what lockdown emotions you're feeling at the moment. And maybe there's a particular one that you want help with. Please do post below and do subscribe to the channel if you want to hear more. And sending you so much love, so much heartfelt support. And may we all grow together in our evolution.